Bonjour, everyone. Or should I say, welcome back to the fashion event of the year. Paris Fashion Week is in full swing, and there's one name that's absolutely dominating every headline, every runway, and every fashionista's conversation right now. Park Jimin. Chanel's golden boy has returned to Paris, and let me tell you, the City of Lights has never been brighter. From the moment he stepped off that plane to his show-stopping appearances, Jimin has proven once again why he's not just a K-pop superstar, but a legitimate fashion icon. If you've been living under a rock and missed the absolute explosion that Jimin created in Paris, don't worry. I've got everything covered in this video. We're talking airport fashion, front row moments, viral photos, industry reactions, and why this appearance is being called his most iconic yet. Before we dive into all the glamorous details, please smash that like button, subscribe if you love fashion and K-pop coming together, and hit that notification bell because Jimin and fashion content, we're gonna have plenty more. Now, let's get into why Paris is absolutely in love with Jimin. Let's start from the very beginning. Jimin's arrival at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. And guys, when I say he arrived in style, I mean he literally turned the airport into a runway. Jimin touched down in Paris wearing a complete Chanel ensemble that had fashion photographers going absolutely crazy. The outfit was the perfect blend of casual elegance and high fashion sophistication. A Chanel jacket that fit him like it was sculpted specifically for his frame, paired with perfectly tailored pants and those signature Chanel accessories that just elevated everything to another level. What stood out immediately was the color coordination. Everything flowed seamlessly, creating this cohesive look that screamed luxury but still maintained that approachable, youthful energy that Jimin is known for. The fit was impeccable, not too tight, not too loose, just absolute perfection that showcased his physique while maintaining that haute couture elegance. His styling was on point as always. The hair, the subtle makeup that enhanced his features without overpowering them, and his confident walk through the airport. Everything combined to create these stunning photos that immediately went viral worldwide. Within hours of landing, photos of Jimin at the airport were trending on every social media platform. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Weibo, everywhere. Fashion bloggers were already creating entire posts dedicated to breaking down his airport look. We're talking about detailed analyses of every piece he wore, where to find similar styles, and how his fashion choices reflect current trends while setting new ones. But here's what really got me emotional. French media was there in full force. Not just K-pop focused outlets, but major French fashion publications and news sources were covering his arrival like the fashion event it was. That's the Jimin effect, everyone. When he comes to Paris, it's not just K-pop news. It's fashion news. It's cultural news. It's an event. The crowds at the airport were massive, but Jimin handled everything with such grace and professionalism. He greeted fans warmly, posed for photos with that stunning smile of his, and still managed to look like he just walked off a magazine cover despite the long flight. That's star power right there. Now let's talk about the main event. Jimin at the Chanel fashion show. And oh my god, where do I even begin? Jimin arrived at the Chanel venue wearing, and I need you to prepare yourselves for this, one of the most stunning Chanel outfits we've seen him in. The look was absolutely breathtaking. It was this perfect combination of classic Chanel elegance with a modern, edgy twist that only Jimin could pull off with such confidence. The jacket was a masterpiece. The tailoring, the fabric, the details, everything about it screamed haute couture perfection. The way it moved with him, the way it caught the light, how it complemented his proportions. This wasn't just clothing, this was art. Paired with the jacket were these perfectly styled trousers that continued the sophisticated aesthetic. And the accessories? Don't even get me started. From the Chanel jewelry to the shoes, every single element was carefully curated to create this cohesive, powerful fashion statement. But what really set this look apart was how Jimin wore it. There's a difference between wearing designer clothes and embodying them, and Jimin absolutely embodied this look. His posture, his confidence, the way he carried himself. He didn't just wear Chanel, he represented Chanel. When Jimin took his seat in the front row, Because of course our global ambassador deserves nothing less, the cameras couldn't stop focusing on him. And honestly, can you blame them? He was giving face, giving fashion, giving everything. Throughout the show, JIMIN's expressions were captured by dozens of photographers. His genuine appreciation for the fashion pieces walking down the runway, his thoughtful observations, his interactions with other fashion industry figures, every moment was documented and immediately shared across the world. What I absolutely loved was how engaged he was with the show. This wasn't just an appearance for him. You could see his genuine interest in the collection, his appreciation for the craftsmanship, his understanding of the artistry involved in haute couture. That's what separates JIMIN from just being a celebrity attendee. He's a true fashion enthusiast who understands and respects the industry. The reactions from other attendees were priceless. Fashion editors, industry insiders, celebrities, everyone was acknowledging JIMIN's presence. There were moments caught on camera of fashion industry legends literally turning to look at him, nodding in approval, and clearly appreciating his style and presence. Now, let's talk about how the world reacted to JIMIN's Paris Fashion Week appearance, because the response has been absolutely phenomenal. First, the numbers. Photos of JIMIN at Paris Fashion Week accumulated millions of likes across platforms within hours. Hashtags related to JIMIN and Chanel were trending worldwide. We're talking top trending in over 80 countries simultaneously. That's the kind of global impact very few people in the entertainment industry can achieve. Fashion publications went crazy. Vogue, Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and countless other prestigious fashion magazines published articles about JIMIN's appearance. They weren't just mentioning him in passing, they were dedicating entire articles to his fashion choices, his impact on the show, and his evolution as a fashion icon. One particularly influential fashion critic wrote, and I'm paraphrasing here, that JIMIN represents the perfect modern Chanel ambassador. Someone who understands the brand's heritage while bringing contemporary relevance and global appeal. That's high praise from someone who's been covering fashion for decades. French media coverage was extensive. Major French news outlets covered his appearance, not in their entertainment sections, but in their fashion sections. That distinction is important. It shows he's being taken seriously as a fashion figure, not just as a celebrity attending an event. Korean media was bursting with pride. Headlines celebrated how JIMIN is representing Korea on the global fashion stage. Articles discussed his impact on Korean fashion's international reputation and how he's opening doors for other Korean artists in the luxury fashion world. Social media was absolutely flooded. Armies were celebrating every single moment, every photo, every clip. But what was really beautiful was seeing non-fans and fashion enthusiasts also praising JIMIN's fashion sense. Comments like, "I'm not a K-pop fan, but his style is impeccable," or "This is what a brand ambassador should look like," were everywhere. Fashion TikTok and Instagram were filled with content about JIMIN. Style breakdowns, outfit recreation attempts, fashion analysis videos. Content creators across the fashion space were all talking about him. Some videos analyzing his Paris looks got millions of views. The Chanel effect was in full force. Reports started coming in about increased searches for Chanel products, increased traffic to Chanel's website, and several pieces similar to what JIMIN wore were selling out rapidly. That's the power of JIMIN as a brand ambassador. His appearance doesn't just create buzz, it drives business. Let's dive deeper into why JIMIN's Paris Fashion Week appearance is so significant from a fashion industry perspective, because there's so much more happening here than just a celebrity attending a show. First, let's talk about representation. JIMIN, being a prominent Asian figure in European high fashion, is huge for diversity in the fashion industry. For years, Asian representation in Western haute couture has been limited, but JIMIN's position as a Chanel global ambassador and his prominent presence at Paris Fashion Week challenges those traditional boundaries. His style represents a beautiful fusion of Eastern and Western fashion sensibilities. He brings Korean fashion aesthetics, the attention to detail, the emphasis on perfect fit, the appreciation for both boldness and subtlety, and combines them seamlessly with Chanel's classic French elegance. This creates something unique, something that resonates globally. Fashion experts have been analyzing what makes JIMIN such an effective brand ambassador for Chanel. Several key points keep coming up. His versatility. JIMIN can pull off classic, elegant Chanel pieces with the same confidence as more modern, edgy designs. He understands that fashion is about more than just wearing expensive clothes. It's about storytelling, about expressing personality, about creating moments. His authenticity. When JIMIN wears Chanel, it never feels forced or like he's just doing a job. There's genuine appreciation and understanding of the brand's history and aesthetic. He studies the collections, understands the references, and wears the pieces with respect for their craftsmanship. His global appeal. JIMIN brings together diverse audiences: K-pop fans, fashion enthusiasts, Asian markets, Western markets, younger demographics, luxury consumers, creating unprecedented reach for Chanel. That kind of cross-demographic appeal is incredibly valuable in today's fashion landscape. Industry insiders have noted how JIMIN's involvement with Chanel has introduced the brand to entirely new markets and demographics. Young people who might not have previously engaged with luxury fashion are now interested because of him. Asian markets have shown increased engagement with Chanel. This is measurable, tangible impact. From a styling perspective, fashion analysts have praised how JIMIN's team works with Chanel pieces. They don't just put him in head-to-toe brand clothing. They create looks. They tell stories. Each appearance is carefully crafted to showcase different aspects of both JIMIN's personality and Chanel's range. So, there you have it, everyone. JIMIN's takeover of Paris Fashion Week as Chanel's golden boy has been nothing short of spectacular. From his stunning airport arrival that set the tone for the entire trip to his show-stopping appearance at the Chanel show that had the entire fashion world talking, to the massive global reaction that proved once again his incredible influence. Every single moment has been iconic. What makes this appearance particularly special is how it represents JIMIN's growth as a fashion figure. This isn't just about wearing expensive clothes or attending prestigious events. This is about JIMIN establishing himself as a legitimate voice in the fashion industry. Someone whose style choices influence trends, whose presence at shows creates headlines, whose ambassadorship drives real business results for luxury brands. Paris Fashion Week has always been about celebrating fashion artistry and global style. And this year, JIMIN proved he belongs right at the center of that celebration. He showed that K-pop idols can be serious fashion figures, that Asian artists can dominate European fashion weeks, that talent, style, and authenticity transcend any boundaries. For ARMYs, this is another proud moment watching JIMIN excel in yet another arena. For fashion lovers, this is exciting because JIMIN brings fresh energy and perspective to haute couture. For Chanel, this is validation that choosing JIMIN as their global ambassador was one of the smartest decisions they've made. As JIMIN continues his Paris schedule, we can expect even more incredible moments, more stunning fashion, and more proof of why he's earned the title of Chanel's Golden Boy. What was your favorite JIMIN moment from Paris Fashion Week so far? Are you loving his Chanel looks? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from everyone, ARMY's fashion enthusiasts. Everyone, if you enjoyed this comprehensive coverage, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Share it with your fellow fashion lovers and ARMYs who need to see this. And subscribe to this channel for more fashion content, more JIMIN updates, and more coverage of K-pop meets high fashion. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates as JIMIN continues to conquer Paris. Thank you so much for watching. Stay fashionable, stay fabulous, and remember, when JIMIN goes to Paris, magic happens. À bientôt, everyone. Purple Heart.